Okay, sorry, please, we're going to record this. So I want to welcome we all very specially today. We're going to start with prayers. Our prayers in the name of God the Father, Son of the Holy Spirit, in the mighty name of Jesus Christ. Heavenly Father, we want to thank you especially for this moment. We want to thank you because you alone can help us. You alone are God. You alone can help us understand this lecture. We ask you to come and help us in the mighty name of Jesus. Thank you because you are faithful, Lord. In Jesus' name we pray. Holy Father, Son of the Holy Spirit. Amen. So thank you very much. I want to welcome you especially to this event organized by the Nigerian Federation of Catholic Students to speak about love. Love as a bedrock for building a long and lasting relationship. Love as a bedrock for building a long and lasting relationship. You see the word long and lasting relationship. Love as a bedrock for building long and lasting relationship. At least we've seen people who have built love. In fact, the one that is trending on social media now, those who are very active in social media is Two-Face Idibia. I think he even sang, "You are my African queen, girl of my dream." Sang, "You are my African queen," and all of those. But today now, he has thrown the African queen away. And as he's going for an Edo queen, a Benin queen, the lawmaker that he's going for. Yes. So that is something we love. So that's the reason why we want to have this this lecture today, because over time we've seen that the word love has been bastardized. The word love has been misconstrued. The word love has been used in a way that it shouldn't be used. So that is why we're going to be looking at this topic, very crucial topic. I'm telling you, if you can grasp what God wants to show us in this topic today, I guarantee you, put me anywhere. I guarantee you are going to enjoy your relationship. You are going to enjoy your marriage. I guarantee you can get what the key thing that that we're going to be learning today. I guarantee you're going to enjoy a very long and lasting relationship. A lot of relationship we've seen, like I mentioned, for that of Two-Face Idibia that is trending now. They started very, very well, but along the line, they hit the rock or something happened along the line. Was it not love? What was it that they saw along the line? What was it actually that they saw? Today, God is going to be showing us a lot of things today, hopefully. Yes. So once again, the lecture, or what we're going to be speaking on is love. Love, a bedrock for building a long-lasting relationship. But let me just start by maybe introducing myself for those who maybe might not know me. My name is Dr. Fred Etumnu. I'm a certified and a seasoned relationship coach. I was actually certified by Institute of Marriage and Family Affairs in the United States of America. I also went through family system engineering practitioner in Africa. I was also satisfied that we got a foundation, Family Manifestation Family Foundation. The foundation is focused on helping to rebuild relationship. It's helping to rebuild a lot of relationship and also focus on how to help people, young people, old people to live, to manifest the potential God have endued in them. That's one of our focus. By the grace of God, I passed through. I passed through. I passed through. Further protection naked. That's why I had my first HND. After which I now I got my first degree from Doctor of Portsmouth. Can you still see my screen? Sorry, a call just came in. I had to put in do not disturb on my.
We can see your screen.
Okay, I need to put in this do not disturb on my screen. Somebody just call now. And so can you still see the love?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much. Yeah. So that is I really have passion things around relationship, marriage, because of the kind of thing you're going to see based on halfway. So what I'm doing today, I'm going to be looking at the lecture. We focus some things around the Bible, some things around even science, statistics, because some things around life generally, maybe some even life testimony, things around marriage, things around love. Yeah. So that is the thing. So please just sit tight. If you have the link, if you have the link, so sit very, very tight. If you have the link, you can share the link with people so that they can join us as much as possible. Yeah. So we're going to just start, so don't waste much time in earnest. I think I don't know how long I have here. Can anyone tell me is it Eduwane or those Subtrick Chukwu also? Is he on this call?
Yes, I'm on the call, sir. So you just have 1 hour, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Thank you. 1 hour. Okay, I'll see how I can do justice to that. Thank you so much. So I will start by I'll start by saying, okay, love as a bedrock. Okay, love as a bedrock. What does it mean? First of all, that's what I'm going to start with. When we talk about love as a bedrock, what does it mean? Love as a bedrock. What does it mean? What does it stand for? When we say love is a bedrock, what does that mean? Yeah. So I just brought, I think, about 5 or a few meaning to that, what the word love as a bedrock, what it stands for. So the first thing I have here, when I say love is a bedrock, what it means is that love is a foundation on which relationship and marriage can be built on. That's the first thing I want you to know. That love is a foundation on which marriage can be built. So that's number one thing you need to know. Love as a bedrock on which is a foundation on which relationship and marriage can be built. So why is it important to know that it's a foundation? I want to share maybe a little experience or story of myself. When God began to bless us, I think one of the first things I did was we built a house. We built a house in Port Harcourt by the grace of God. That house we built in Port Harcourt, we had this neighbor that was close to us. So we started building that house almost the same time. Or I think we started before that neighbor. The neighbor was by our left side. So we were building because what we were building, the neighbor was also building. Before we could know what is happening, the neighbor's wall has started coming out. Our wall was not coming out yet. The next thing, we were still building, the neighbor started putting lintel. After some time, our walls start coming out. The next thing, we were still raising our this thing gradually. The next thing we saw that the neighbors, we were still in the foundation. The neighbor has started roofing his house. Before we started building, and then started roofing, and then all of those. Finally, the neighbor finished his house. We were still building. What was the difference between our neighbor and us? We spent a lot of time on the foundation. Why is our neighbor just did a little thing, and then he just finished his house? But for us, for our own case, we spent time in the foundation, and then after some time, our own house finished too. What's the difference between our neighbors and ourselves? Our neighbor was building just a bungalow, a three bedroom bungalow. While we were building number one, we were building about 2-bedroom flat into 4 places, and then a duplex. So we had to take time to, we had to take a lot of time to do the foundation. Why our neighbor just stayed in 3-bedroom, he just did it so fast, and yeah, so that our own foundation and the foundation of this neighbor was not the same thing. Before we know what is happening, the guy has finished roof his house. We were still in the foundation. But what was the difference? The difference was what we were carrying. Our own foundation was carrying a lot of different buildings, a duplex, different flats, while this one was just 3-bedroom bungalow. So the same thing with love is a foundation. If you don't have that solid foundation so much, you can't carry a lot. And that's what is happening. Like the example I just gave now. After coming to the whole world singing, I'm not accusing anybody, but after coming to the whole world singing, I'm going to show you the reason why it's like that. Singing that you're my African queen, you're the girl of my dream, those who know how to sing it very well, and everything. After how many years, that African thing couldn't progress because of what? Maybe the level of foundation. As we progress, you're going to see why love is a solid foundation to build any relationship and marriages. Thank you. So the next thing you need to know is love is not just a foundation. The word love as a bedrock means that love is a pillar also. There is a foundation, there is a pillar. That means love is a pillar that can hold other components of relationship and marriage. It's a very strong pillar that can hold relationship and marriage. This is very, very important. The third thing for us again is love is a very formidable structure that can power a union and guarantee stability in a relationship and marriage. Love, so number 3, is a very strong structure that can power a union, not all of those words, and guarantee stability and in relationship and marriage. A relationship or marriage that is founded on love have a formidable structure, can be stable, and the stability is guaranteed. And this is very important, more especially as we're celebrating Valentine's tomorrow. You know, there's a lot of story about Valentine, the way a lot of people see love and all kind of things. And it's very important for us to kind of understand what kind of love are we celebrating. We're going to the fact of the kind of things the things we see, you understand? Yeah. So number four, love is a platform on which any meaningful relationship and marriage can thrive. When we say love as a bedrock, that is what we mean. That love is a platform that any relationship and marriage can thrive. Love is a platform on which any relationship, remember the word I use, any meaningful relationship and marriage can thrive. A lesbian will tell you he's in love with another lesbian. It's still love. A gay will tell you he's in love with another gay. It's still love. But we're going to see why there's a lot of problem around this, around love and all kind of things. Yeah, we're going to see why we have all of those. And the reason for the issues we have today in marriage. So number 5, I say love is a background. It's an atmosphere and an environment that can nurture growth, progress, and relationship. Progress in relationship and marriage. Love is a background. It's an atmosphere. It's an environment. Mark all of those words. It's an environment that can nurture love, nurture growth, progress, relationship, and marriage. So number 6 thing I have here, I say love is a personality. Love is not just an atmosphere, not just a pillar, not just a background, but it's a personality. Love is an entity that can make genuine love and intimacy possible in relationship and marriage. Love is what I said, is a personality an entity that can make genuine love and intimacy possible in marriage. Yeah. So that is what the first thing I want us to know when we talk about love as a bedrock. When we talk about love as a bedrock, there are 2 words here: bed and rock. You understand? Bed, there's a soft part. There is a hard part. There is a part you go and relax. You go and there's a part that's the bed part of love. There is a rock part of love. That's why it's a bedrock. You understand? That's why it's a bedrock. It's not a bed of roses. It's a bedrock. It's a bed. The bed is where you relax, you sleep, you enjoy yourself. The rock is the hard part of it. As time goes on, we're going to look at all of those. Yes. But before we begin to go into all of those things, we're going to be looking, like I told us, we're not be looking totally around. We'll not be looking totally around. We'll look at it from different perspectives, from perspective of science, from perspective of the scripture, from perspective of psychology and all of those. I pray we'll have enough time. In fact, all of the things I prepare for this, I was not able to put them on this slide because there are so many. But anyway, we'll stop. Within that 1 hour, we can begin to take questions. Yeah. Because to talk about this love, I can talk about this love for 1 week, every day, on different aspects of it. Yes. So that is it. So let's start with lack of love. The reason for many marital calamity we see today, based on statistics. The reason for many marital woe, why we see a lot of woe, a lot of calamities. I think the other day we saw a man that had to go and pour his wife, was it red oil or acid? We saw, but yeah, it was yesterday or so. Yesterday, a woman, I was just sharing that with some persons today, sent me a kind of a voice note of send me a voice note of a lady that a lady was cursing the husband. Lady naked herself in the middle of the night. Naked herself in the middle of the night, cursing the husband, because the husband has been denying that he doesn't do anything, he does not go after other women. You understand? The lady was naked herself because that the man have come and used her, promised her all kind of thing, used her, and has not dumped her, was naked herself. That if you are lying, that with this nakedness, this nakedness you have seen, you call yourself somebody who should be trusted. I came to you for help. you to help me, you lured me into bed, use me, even though you are married, deceive me. Yes, the lady sent it to yesterday. So this is what is happening. Why there are a lot of marital issues. Marriage is not even the solution. People have gotten married, but they are still deep into a lot of things. Why is it like that? These are things we're going to be seeing today, and how you can build your own marriage. You can build your union. How you can build your own marriage and your union. You can build your marriage and your union in a way that it will be stable, to be solid. Yes. So why do we have lack of love? What are the reasons for many marital woes? Number one reason I have here, I say about 40% of couple, this is statistics based on American Community Survey that was done sometime in 2019. It's saying that 40% of couple, they attributed lack of emotional intimacy as a major issue in the relationship. You see, they've admitted about 40% of couple, based on the survey that was done in sometime 2019, 40% of couple, almost half in America that did the survey, was saying that the major issue they have in a relationship is because they don't have that emotional intimacy. Yeah. So that's the first statistics. The first statistics. Emotional intimacy. Emotional intimacy. The second statistic we have here, this is a national survey of families and household. That was done within 2 years, within 2015 to 2017. They say that couples that have with higher level of love and commitment, they were more likely to be satisfied with their relationship. So that when genuine love is among couple, so the chances that you will be satisfied with your relationship is there. In fact, 71% of persons alluded or consented to this. Yeah. Number 3, from Journal of Marriage and Family, that was a survey that was also done 2018. 2018, it says that 21% of men and 30% of women, they reported saying that was involved in infidelity, that it was lack of love and emotional fulfillment in their relationship. You see, about 25% of men that involved themselves in infidelity and 30% of women, that because they didn't have love, they are just staying there with their husband, they are just staying there with their wife, they don't have love. That's the reason why they're involved in this. And this is lack of understanding. You see, is it that there was no love, or they don't understand what love is? Is it that love is not there really, or that is their problem of understanding what love is? Because in marriage, there are 2 levels of love. Anyway, we're going to get to that place anyway. But know that in marriage, in relationship, there are 2 levels of love. Yes, but we're going to get to that point. Yeah. Okay. I see somebody's name Love here. This is amazing. Love, you're welcome. Yes. So this is the third survey we're saying. The fourth one, where this one is within us in Nigeria here. In a survey that was done within Nigeria, they mentioned issues with marriages in Nigeria. That one of the first issues that they say in marriage, about 71% of persons, they say that the issues in marriage is due to what? Communication. The second cause of issues in marriage, according to the survey that was done in Nigeria, was financial stress. Financial stress. Yeah, that this was the reason for marital issues. I shared this thing with you sometime. I told you when I was yes. Is somebody talking? Okay. So when I was invited, I think I told you about about a couple who was having challenge, kind of talking about one of the wife was having issues, having health issue, but the husband had money. And the husband felt that this money we need to keep this very money for issue, for to be able to take if there are eventualities or emergencies. But the wife felt, why would you be keeping such money whereby I'm down? We're waiting for emergency. Which other emergency do you want again? You understand? So finance can pose a stress in marriage. But from what you can see, emotional intimacy is a major cause whereby there are calamities in marriage. Yeah. So the next one here, it's a survey from National Survey of Families and Household, which says it classified that the second major reason for its lack of emotional intimacy. That's another reason for marital war and all that. But let's look at the next point. Like I said, some people don't understand the nature of love, the nature of love. So the major challenge we've seen, with love in our world today is misconception. That's one of the major challenges we've seen in our world today: misconception, lack of understanding of what love really is. Tomorrow now is Valentine. A lot of people, they're already buying condom. That is Valentine for them. Some are going to get pills. That's Valentine for them. Some married women. I met a married woman that was telling me how somebody introduced her to sex toy, and she has a husband. For her, that is she has. In fact, these days now, from what, in fact, I met a lady like 2 days ago, was telling me how some homosexual, because she's into kind of all this community public relations that they have to go to communities, that almost about is very high percentage of gays that have partner, was saying how about 50% of them have HIVs. How they have sex with even virgins. They will tell the virgin, will not disvirgin you. We're going to have only anal sex with you. We'll have sex with you, anal sex with you. We're not disvirgin you, and all kind of things. So these are happening in our world today. She mentioned to me that from their study, that victims of economic promiscuity these days now are married people, married women and married women. I think about 2 days ago, I met. But she traveled to a different part of the world. So this is what is happening today. So, and all of these major challenges we are having in our world today because of misconception of what love is. So the first misconception of what love is that love is a mere feeling. That is just basically an emotional connection and nothing about that. So this will lead us to the first scripture we're going to read here. The first Bible reading we're going to read here. Sorry, I'm not able to project that, but I will just read it from here. Genesis chapter 3 from verse 1 to 7. Just to help us understand why love is not just a mere feeling. Genesis chapter 3 from verse 1 to 7. I want to read from New King James Version. It says, "Now the serpent was more cunning than any beast of the field, which the Lord God has made. And he said to the woman, as God said, you shall not eat every tree of the garden. And the woman said to the serpent, we may eat of the fruit of the tree of the garden, but the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God has said, you shall not eat it, nor shall you touch it, lest you die. Then the serpent said to the woman, you will not surely die, For God knows that the day that you eat of it, your eyes will be open and you will be like God, knowing good and evil. So the woman saw that the tree was good for food, that it was pleasant to the eyes, and the tree to be desirable to make one wise. She took of his fruit and ate. She also gave it to her husband with her, and he ate. Then the eyes of both of them were open, and they knew that they were naked, and they sewed fig tree together to make themselves cloth covering. Have you seen? When the serpent approached Eve, started speaking to her, trying to kind of massage her emotions, talk to her, don't mind this thing that God says you should not do. Don't mind it. It's basically just that you're going to know what is good and evil, and that's basically it. Nothing much. When that's why you must be careful the kind of things you allow in your ear. Even tomorrow being Valentine, people who come and speak into you different things as God's is what is forget about that thing. In fact, is who told you that that people still keep their virginity now? Who tell you that people still keep themselves decent these days? Who told you that it makes any sense? That is an old-fashioned thing. I believe that thing. It's better you test yourself. Better you even taking. You understand? I remember those days when I got married to my wife and I were dating. One of my friends those days, I remember very well when it was telling me, you mean you are dating this girl, you've not slept with her, you're just guys, you are saying that you're a Jew guy, all those kind of things, you understand? Because they would tell all kind of things. So when she gave that attention to the serpent began to speak to her, and the next thing, she fell victim. The Bible said that she began to desire the fruits. As she began to desire the fruits, the next thing that happened to her was she fell for it and ate the fruits, and then also that affected the man. Have you seen? So she began to fall in love even with the serpent, with the thing, with the fruit and everything, and she became victim. So for you to think that when somebody just come to you to talk to you, and you begin to feel something for the person, or feel something so strong that is love, mind you, the serpent might be behind that. That is why love is not just a feeling. Yes, of course, a feeling could be there, emotional connection could be there, but you need to know that it's a misconception to believe that love is just a mere feeling. Because feelings can't be trusted. Feelings fluctuate. Yeah. Feelings can go up, can go down. That is why love is not like that. So that's the first thing you need to know about love, the love we're talking about. The second misconception we see about love is that they say that love is just love. Love should flow effortlessly. If it is love, you don't really need any form of work. It just have to flow effortlessly. If you are into this guy or into this lady, and then things does not flow effortlessly, that he doesn't love you. And that's a misconception we're going to be talking about tonight. So the third misconception here is that you have to fall in love to enjoy relationship and marriage. That is not that is a misconception, because love cannot fall. Love cannot fall. If it fell, no, it's not love. If it fell, no, that is not love. It's something else. We're going to be seeing things around there as we progress. And because of this misconception or misconstrued feelings about love or misunderstanding about love, that is why we have problem today. If not, I cannot sing to you that you're an African queen, and today I come publicly to come and divorce you, and I'm within that space of how many days I'm coming. Sorry, as if I'm focusing so much on Two-Face this night. Maybe because he's the one trending now everywhere in the social media space now. You understand? So that's to tell us that love is not just the mere things you see. Anybody that come and tell you that he has, I fall in love with you, I tell him that, thank you, please stand up. Tell him, please, if you stand up, that will help. Because if he fall in love with you, very soon all of you will fall inside the pit together. Yeah. So that is the third misconception you need to know about love. The fourth misconception here is that you need to be actively involved in sexually to prove you are in love. That is a misconception. That is a misconception. In fact, the progression should be spirit, soul, body. I repeat again, the progression should be spirit, soul, and body. Body comes last. Somebody want to date you, or you want to enter a relationship, and the person starts with your body. Is a red flag already. First thing should be you need to connect. You need to connect the spirit. Spirit means you should be able to have one spirit. Okay. If you're not talking, please you can mute so that we are.
Can we please mute our phones? Mute your devices, please.
Please, you can mute if you're not talking, so that you can. Yeah. So that is the progression. So when it comes to you, the first thing is bringing to you is body. You want to test yourself. There is already a danger sign. Yeah. So I'll tell you, how can I prove that I love you if I've not slept with you, or we've not been engaged sexually? That is a misconception. Yeah, it's a misconception. So note that the progression is spirit,
and the Mary Jane. Please mute your mic, please.
soul, and then body. You get to know yourself spiritually. You can pray together. You can do things together. You can do spiritual stuff together. After that, you go to your soul. So how to do with your mind? How to do with getting to know your mind, your mentality, growing together mentally, reading books together, developing your mind. Then you mature. After getting that mature, that level, then you cannot talk about where your body, you are now married, you are now certified, then your body can begin to have the sex and all of those things. There's a misconception when any man, any woman come to you and tell you that the first thing is for you to have a sex. Like we're going to see tomorrow being Valentine, that a lot of people will be deceived because of maybe shawarma, deceived because of meat pie and all kind of treat and all of those things. So number 5, misconception is, as long as you are feeling these butterflies in your belly, this chemistry is a sign of love. That is a fallacy. That is a fallacy. That you have a butterfly in your belly, you're feeling this chemistry for him or chemistry for her, is not a sign of truth. It could be part of it, but it's not a sign that this is definitely true love. Yeah. So this is very, very important. So the 6th misconception that we see is, if there is physical attraction and love at first sight, it's a sign that you are really in love. If there's physical attraction and there's love at first sight, it's a sign that you're truly in love. This is not true. One of the person that approached me for counseling, when the man saw her, in fact, the man was madly behaving all kind of as in this attraction that she fell so cheaply for him because of the way the guy was coming so close to her and everything. When they got to marry, within the first year of the marriage, it became so glaring to her that the guy was coming to him basically because she was doing very well financially, she was working and everything. The guy was interested in her money, whereby he tried everything to possess the money. He couldn't. Started frustrating her, started frustrating the lady. In fact, sometimes involved in a very brutal fight. Several times she has called me midnight, sometimes 2 a.m., 3 a.m. In fact, sometimes you have to run out of the house because the man wants to frustrate her. The man have told her severally he's going to kill her and nothing will happen. This is a marriage that is within 3 years old. So that he comes to you because he's physically attracted to you, the first sight is not a sign of true love. You need to know that. So the eighth misconception, seventh one, sorry, that was a mistake. Some tell you that love is basically an illusion. That love is an illusion. It does not exist. Perhaps maybe you've experienced heartbreaks. You've experienced a lot of trouble or trauma. You feel that that love does not exist anywhere. You now have that understanding that love does not exist. So true love really exists. True love, I can tell you, really exists. So number 8, misconception saying that love is blind. Yeah, saying that love is blind. Some will tell you love is blind. It's not. Love is blind and love is deaf. Love is dumb and all sort of things. Love, if it is love, it's not blind. So that's it. So number 10 misconception that love is present if you can see him as a crush. I say, I had a crush on that guy, I had a crush on that babe, I had a crush on that this thing. In fact, as long as he can kiss you, he can flirt with you, that is love. That is not true, because even Judas Iscariot was kissed Jesus, but he was the same person that betrayed and crucified him. Yes. So kisses can even be a sign of betrayal. So that he can flirt with you or you can crush on him does not mean it's a sign of true love. Yeah. So as we know, one of the most misunderstood word, one of the most misconstrued word is the word love. Yeah. One of the misunderstood word is the word love. So we're going to look at why it is so. You know, the English language is so limited that everything for us is love. Everything for us is love. But the Greek has different variant of the word love to help us understand that when we talk about love, what kind of love are we talking about? What kind of love are we talking about? So when someone come and tell you, I love you, you are the apple of my eyes, you are the bread in my sugar, you're the sugar in my days. What kind of love is he talking about? So the first kind of love based on Greek is the first love known as epitomia. Epitomia. This is the love that you get from sexual fulfillment. When you have a sex with a guy or a woman or your husband or your wife, those hormones that are released, those kind of feelings you get that you feel on top of the world, you feel satisfied when you go to orgasm, that is a kind of love that the Greek call epitomia. So all of this, epitomia, all of this this is one kind of love. So when a guy come and tell you that I love you, is it because he epitomia you? You understand? So, and this is a love that is ordained within marriage. So if you're outside marriage and you are exercising this kind of love, know that you are only putting a stumbling block for yourself. Because the Bible says the marriage bed should not be defiled. Yeah. So the second kind of love based on Greek is a love known as eros. This is basically a romantic kind of love. It comes from the word erotic. Romantic kind of love whereby you talk about buying flower, talk about buying, taking you out on a dinner date, taking you out on on the boat cruise, those kind of flowers, all those kind of stuff. So that is an eros kind of love. Have you seen that there are two kind of love? The epitomia, eros kind of love. People have entered marriage, relationship based on eros, because the guy was so romantic, because the guy was so loving, because the guy was so nice, and the guy had this guy is about the word. If he bought no kind of shoes, he bought no kind of gift. You can't build marriage on eros. You can't build marriage. You can't build relationship on epitomia alone. Yes, it's a component of marriage. It's a component of relationship, but you cannot build marriage based on that. Yes. So the third kind of love is what is called in Greek storge. So this is a strong love you feel from somebody who you get some sense of security or protection from. Sometimes it could be that guy you feel secure around him. It could be that woman you feel like a mother, that person you see like a father, that uncle you see you feel like a brother, that person you see around you, you feel this person is there for me. I feel protected. I feel like a mentor. I feel like somebody who, so the kind of love you feel for that person is what the Greek calls storge. So that is another kind of love. Have you seen? For English language, it's just one kind of love. It's just one kind of love. But for the Greek, it's giving us different variants. Why you need to understand what kind of love is he talking about? What kind of love is she talking about? If it's not the right kind of love, it can't be a bedrock. There is a kind of love that becomes a bedrock. There is a kind of love you can build relationship and marriage on. If you build relationship and marriage based on epitomia, because the lady is good in bed, she is good in bed. She's really good in bed. He is very, very good in bed. In fact, he can take me to this and that. Within 1-2 years, you see that good in bed is not good enough to hold a marriage. That eros. In fact, I know of a guy who he was over the way. In fact, the lady was, they were in a very, very serious romantic relationship. Very serious. In fact, they were just going to different places. The guy would get all kind of, because the guy was really romantic, really, really romantic. You understand? But they finally got married within the first year. They put to bed. The next thing, in fact, the lady became a punching bag. Serious punching bag, to the extent that we had to settle a lot of things. As we speak now, the lady had to go with her children. They are separated now. The lady says she can't come back. After several things to bring her back, he said she can't come back. And when they involved me in the whole, I said, okay, since the whole thing is involving threat to life, I think for me, I was advised, let them just separate for now, instead of her to come and kill herself in the name of marriage. That is why you must be sure. This thing that is happening, is it eros? Is it just that my heart is just beating? This thing that is happening, is it just because I feel this security? Is it because of the feeling I have because of my encounter with him? These are things that must be clear in your mind. The fourth kind of love, have you seen the same one word love? Can see we're bringing several kind of variants from it. The fourth love is brotherly, is what the Greek called filio. Filio. So this is a kind of love that is expressed among brothers. This is a kind of love that is expressed among family members and friends. So is filio. You see, that was the kind of love that David and Jonathan had in the Bible. That the Bible said that love is surpassed the love of women. It was a brotherly love. It was a friendly love. It's a very tight kind of love. Can you build a relationship and marriage based on this? Maybe not. Then the final kind of love we'll talk about tonight is the agape love, which I believe most of us have heard. We know about the agape kind of love. Agape love. So this agape love is the God kind of love. Is the God kind of love. Yeah. Is the God kind of love. Is a sacrificial love. It's a love that does not seek its own. It's a love that is a love that does not seek its own. It's a love that is not self-seeking. A love that does not seek to get back its own. That is the agape kind of love. That's the agape kind of love. So this is very, very important for us to know. Know this. Yeah. So I'm going to do it a lot from this very place. I'm going to do it a lot from this very place as we progress in this message tonight. Love as a bedrock to build relationship and marriage. So the important thing I want you to note is when you talk about relationship, love, marriage, the first thing I want you to notice, and the reason why you see there are a lot of calamity today in marriages that profess that they love themselves, husband and wife that say that they love themselves because of what? There are two levels of love. Two levels of love. There's the first level of love, whereby you can call it, I can call that kind of love, love over heal, as in the kind of love that I've, or if you like, you can call it a brain scatter love, if you want to call it that, whereby the love that scatter your brain. Ah, man, my head is scatter. That one that make your head go gaga. Yeah, that one that make your head go gaga, that make your head scatter. You can call it brain scatter love, or you can call it head over healing love. That first kind of love. That's the first level of love, whereby you have this strong chemistry. You have this strong chemistry. Praise the Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what's happening? Let me see. Somebody's writing something here. Can you still see my screen, please?
Yes, I can.
Okay, thank you so much.
We can see you.
Okay.
Yes,
So,
yes, we can see your screen.
so that's the first kind of love. So that love, based on psychology, they say that love doesn't last. It lasts for at least 2 years. That's like the lifespan of that kind of love. So it's very important. That's one that you see somebody, a lady will pack herself and want to go and start living with a guy, or the guy will say he cannot eat, he cannot sleep, he has to go and that's the kind of love. Yeah. Then you now have a second kind of love. And this one is known as a committed kind of love, a covenant kind of love, whereby you are loving somebody not because of what the person deserves. You're loving the person, loving the person based on, you're loving the person based on not that the person deserves it. You're loving the person based on sacrifice. That's the agape kind of love. Like I said, I'm going to do a lot in this place. Based on the agape kind of love, based on the sacrificial kind of love, you're loving based on sacrifice. But the important thing to note about love is this. The important thing to know about is this. No human, quote me anywhere, no human have what it takes to give this agape kind of love. That's why it's called human. It's called human. I explain human in one of my books I will be releasing hopefully this year. I say human is that the HU means, the H means helpless. The U means unassisted man. That human means helpless, unassisted man. That means human being without being assisted by God they are helpless. Human is helpless, unassisted man. So because of the state of man, after man fell from grace, after man fell from in the Garden of Eden, man became helpless. Man became helpless and unassisted. And that is why somebody will come and tell you that I love you, I all kind of things for you. He's very sincere. It's true. He's sincere. He's telling you the fact. But because if he's unassisted, he can't keep to those terms. If he's unassisted, he can't keep to those terms. So human, if you don't know that, know it today, that this is what Dr. Fred said, that humans means helpless, unassisted man, whether man or woman, without being assisted by God, he is helpless. He can't give love. That's the first thing you know. You need to know. And for relationship or marriage to thrive, it has to be powered by love. That's the first thing you need to know. The second thing you need to know is natural man. The nature of a natural man is selfish. A natural woman is selfish. And that's why even the Bible says in Jeremiah chapter 17, I think from verse 9 or thereabouts, it said, the heart of man is wicked. In fact, not wicked. He said the heart of man is desperately wicked. That's the nature of man. That is why a man will tell you, I love you today. Tomorrow you want to use knife on you. Have you seen? So when a man is coming to you or a woman is coming to you that I love you, you need to be very sure. Are you telling me about the first kind of love I talked about, the epitomia, that is about sexual fulfillment? Is it that you want my skirts? Is it that you want my boxers? Is that what you're telling me? When a man is telling that I love you, what does it mean? Is it the eros? Is it because he wants to carry me out, to give me flour, to buy shawarma for me, and after that he needs another thing? Is it the filial kind of love? What kind of love? But in marriage, all of this kind of love is needed. But one of them can power marriage. One of them can power relationship. That is why somebody can come and tell you, you are an African queen today, tomorrow you become another thing. That's why it's like we see what is trending today about Judy, May, and all of them, all of those that is trending. Yes, you can get to see all this kind of stuff. Because natural man is helpless. As a human is helpless, unassisted man. If he's not assisted, he's helpless. It's important you know that. The third thing you need to understand is, he said, no greater love that a man can give for his friend than this. That means love involves you dying for a friend. A natural man cannot die for you. A natural man can be sacrificial. That is why you need to be helped. You need to be helped. So until you come to that level of agape, because when agape has all of that love encompassing them. When you have agape encompassing it, all of that love is encompassed in them. If I have agape, I wouldn't want to come and useless you. I wouldn't want to kind of mess you up. A lady approached me which day, told me how in fact she wanted to kill herself. She attempted suicide severally. She attempted suicide about several times before she now called me that she need to speak with me. I was asking her what's the problem. How she this guy lured her, started having sex with her. She became pregnant. Her mother didn't know. A very young lady of less than 25 years old. Nobody knew that she was pregnant. The guy led her. She said she has not done this thing before. The guy had to persuade her until she went and removed the pregnancy. Since that time, she removed the pregnancy. I think she took it again the second time again. After removing the pregnancy, from that moment, different infection, different kind of things. In fact, she now starts feeling so bad about herself and feel that, why should I live? She went and took some kind of dangerous things that wanted to kill her, but God preserved her life. I talked with her, told her that You've made a mistake, giving, but you can't take your life because of that mistake. God can restore you. Whatever you've done in the past, God can forgive you. But from now onward, you need to cut off the relationship with the guy, because the guy started coming later that you want to marry her. Yeah, you want to marry her. So she was now another person now married her. So she was telling me they were to do the wedding, that this guy that want to marry her doesn't know anything about the abortion she has done, and that she doesn't want to tell her, how to encourage her, how to make her understand the position of the Catholic Church, position of the church. If you marry the man like that, that is deceit. Because if the man get to know, and that you hide this thing from her, there's no marriage in the first place. Based on the church, that marriage can be nullified. I let her understand that. Yeah. So this is very, very important. So the popular verse we know, John chapter 3, verse 16, that says, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son." You see, he said, "For God so loved." What happened next? He gave his begotten son. What happened next? His only begotten son. In fact, if you look at the Bible, the first place you will see the word love is Genesis chapter 22, where God had to tell Abraham, "Carry your son whom you love." That's the first place the word love appeared in the Bible. Carry your son whom you love. That means you can't talk about love without talking about sacrifice. That's the first place the word love appeared in the Bible. You see? So, and God knew that Abraham can't do that by himself, except he empowers him. Yeah. So he said, that whoever believes will not perish, will have everlasting life. You see, that is what love can do. Now, the Bible talk about also, I think, I know my time is I think my time is almost up, right? Soft trick, right? Okay. So that is that. Again, why have you seen? That is why the agape love, the love that comes from God, the God kind of love, is a kind of love you can power marriage around. Is the kind of love you can power relationship around. But as we go into celebrating Valentine, even from tomorrow, as we go into celebrating Valentine from tomorrow, you are not. Yeah. Hello. You're talking to me? Okay. Okay, let's progress. Okay. Okay. So that this is very, very important. Okay. Yes. So now, if you look at the book of First John talked about and he who does not love is what? Is a murderer. He who does not love is nothing but what? Excuse me, my laptop is going now. So he said, he who does not love, sorry, please, let me just, that battery was not off. Okay, I've got it. Thank you. So he said, he who does not love is a murderer. You understand? That means, imagine you marry somebody who doesn't have love as a bedrock. That means you married a murderer. You marry somebody who doesn't have love. That's what the Bible is saying there, that if he doesn't love, he's a murderer. That means you marry somebody who does not have love. As First John said, you've married a murderer. A murderer, that's why some people marry people who murder their vision. Look at you. And my wife, you want to become greater than me. You are doing all kind of things. They stop you. In fact, I know a lady who got married, wanted to progress. The husband told her, it's either you leave this marriage or you face your academics. As I speak to you now, the lady has been grounded. She has turned a market woman. Her vision, whatever, has been murdered because she married someone that does not have that love as a bedrock. So when love does not exist, that means you married a murderer. Someone who will murder your potential, murder your vision, murder what you want to be. So this is very, very important. The Bible told us again also that the love is the greatest commandment. You see, so it supersedes any kind of desire, any kind of emotion. So it's the greatest commandment. So if you want to marry, if you want to enter a relationship, it should be based on this. Praise the Lord. So finally, because of time, I know perhaps you've seen the book by Gary Chapman that talk about a different love language. Perhaps you've seen that book about different kind of love language by Gary Chapman. Different love language talking about the act of service. There are people who the way you can show them love is by you helping them to do something, maybe helping them in chores, in the kitchen. That is where you show them love. There are people whose gifts, if you not read the book, please, I would advise you go and get the book and read the 5 love language. It talk about how you can show different people love. Yes, so there are people who is buying them gifts. That's how they appreciate love. There are people who their own is quality time. When you spend time with them, you spend time with them. That's the way you can demonstrate love to them. Showing you show them love. Show them love by spending quality time with them. Yeah. So this is very, very important. But for tonight, that's a way to show a woman love. Women, in fact, what I call it a crappy kind of love. Crappy love. Women, for you to show a woman love is what I call crappy love. Crappy is spelled C-R-A-P-P-Y. So every woman, to show woman love is, you need to show her crappy love. The way you show love to a woman is not the same way you show love to a man. Yes. The way you show a woman love is crappy. The word crappy there is, the first one is a kind of companion kind of love. A woman wants someone who is not just there, who is there as a friend. Yeah, so that is a companion kind of love. The second R there means romantic kind of love, whereby you can take her out, buy her things and all of those, buy her flowers and give her money, take her out, shawarma, all those things. That's crappy kind of love. The third one there is affectionate kind of love, affection, whereby you show her affection, that intimacy, that closeness, that's affection. The fourth one is passionate kind of love. You want to be sure that you are passionate about her, you are crazy about her, you are becoming mad for her. That's that passion. The fourth one there is what I call presence love. She needs you to be present. You're showing her love. She wants to be sure that you are present. You are present for her. You are there. That's a presence kind of love. Then the last one, I call it yielding kind of love, whereby you submit yourself for her. The Bible talk about submitting yourself one to another. The woman want to see that. So that is the way you can show a woman kind of love. I have something again. I think 10 ways to show a woman love. I also have that. One of these days, I'll be broadcasting that too. So, but for a man, one way you can show a man love easily is to respect. Is respect, and that's what the Bible talk about in Ephesians chapter 5. It talk about, it say, husband, love your wife, but they say, wife, submit to your husband, because that's the way a man understand love: submission, respect. And how can you show a man respect or you love him? Admiration, the way you admire him, the way you appreciate him, submitting to him, surrender to his leadership as your husband. That shows him love. When you pay attention to him, when you make yourself available for him, when you are a kind of interdependent on him, you're not living your own world. When you keep yourself attractive, you attend to his needs. I think these are ways you can show a man respect. Yeah. So, in a nutshell, or finally, for me, is to say, love is an important element that you can build relationship and build marriage on. There are other factors like we saw, communication, you saw all kind of things, conflict management, you saw financial stress and all of those things. But love is a bedrock. You can build that. If you don't have love, communication becomes a problem. That's why it's a foundation. If you don't have love, in fact, that's what I call some people will say for finance, it has to be 50-50. You bring 50%, I mean 50%. Couples who are built on love don't do 50-50. In fact, they do what I call 101, 101. They bring their 100%, whatever they have, to the marriage. The man bring 100%, the woman bring 100%. So that a time the man is 20%, maybe at that point in time, the woman is 80%, it becomes 100. A time maybe the woman is 30%, the man has 70%, it becomes 100. So if the man, for instance, now doesn't have much at this point, and you're doing 50-50, and at that moment, what he has is 20, and you say what you can bring is 50, well, you can bring more than 100, then there's a problem already. You don't build marriage like that. So that's the reason why love is a strong foundation you can build marriage on. Love, like I said, not just any kind of love that flows from God. The kind of love that Christ gave, that he even died for his friends while they were sinner. So that's the kind of love that even when your partner doesn't deserve it, when she's not doing what she need to do, when he's not doing what he need to do, but because of this kind of love that flows from God, you can, because to round off, I will use 1 Corinthians chapter 13. I'll round off with that. Please permit me. 1 Corinthians chapter 13. I know we're going to be having questions and question and answer. I will use 1 Corinthians chapter 13 to round off. Please. That will be the last thing I will say from here, and then we can now round off. But before that, another problem we've seen is that where people learn about love. People learn about love on social media. People learn about love on Nollywood. People learn about love on Bollywood. People learn about love on Ghana wood, on all kind of wood. And all those kind of wood where people go and learn love about, they make you end up as a wood. And that's the reason why when Adam left God, learning things about God, the next thing was hiding himself in a wood. He was hiding himself in a tree. Tree is a wood. Trying to hide himself under a tree. That's what's happening today. People are hiding themselves under kind of wood, whether Nollywood, whether Gallywood, whether Bollywood, whether all kind of wood. And that's one of the problem. Instead of leaning on Calvary wood, the wood of the cross, that is where you can learn genuine love. Calvary wood, not in any kind of wood again. Until you focus on Calvary wood, you can't have the love to power marriage. Until you focus on Calvary wood, you cannot have what it takes to power a relationship. That relationship, after some time, is going to crash. Because no matter how you buy all kind of things, we've seen people, look at Bill Gates. If it's money that makes, look at Dangote, look at a lot of people. There are a lot of people who are well-to-do financially, to tell you that it's not money that you need to power love, to power marriage, to power relationship. But they are very necessary for marriage. They are very necessary for relationship. But that alone can't power relationship. That alone can't power marriage. It's something beyond the eros. It's something beyond the storage, something beyond sex, something beyond all of these things. It's something beyond the natural man, because the natural man doesn't have what it takes. And that is why people who build marriage based on only their senses, what their mind tell them, what their emotion tell them, we keep on having crash marriages. And that's what the statistics, we keep on rising, keep on rising, keep on rising. It will not stop until people retrace back the original kind of love, which is a love that is sacrificial, a love that is not self-seeking. They will keep on having problems. So I want to round off with this 1 Corinthians chapter 13. It says, though I speak with tongues of men and of angels, but I have not love, I have become sounding brass or a clanging cymbal. And though I have the gift of prophecy and understand all mysteries, all knowledge, and though I have all faith so that I can remove mountain, but I have not love, I am nothing. And though I bestow all goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to be burnt, but I have not love, it profit me nothing. Love suffer long. That is, love is patient. When you see patient, you know that is genuine love. When you are patient with your partner doesn't have what it takes. You are patient to help her grow. You are patient to help him grow. That is love. He said love is kind. When you see kindness, that is love. He said love does not envy. When husband and wife begin to compete, who will wear the latest things? Husband and wife begin to compete. That is not love. That is lost. Because you are lusting after what is not right. So marriage can be built around that. He said love does not parade itself. It's not puffed up. When you begin to see yourself puffing up, you need to watch it. He said love does not behave rudely, does not seek its own. So if you're in a relationship or marriage and you are after your own, you need to watch it, because what you're displaying is not love. He said love does not provoke. So are you the one provoking? You want to provoke your partner all the time? You are looking for his phone every time to go and search out something on his phone, to go and search out something around these things. He's passwording everything. Say, love does not think evil. Love does not rejoice in iniquity, but rejoices in truth. It bears all things, believe all things. Can you imagine that? That love bears all things. You know that this is not, you are bearing it. That is what love can do. Love can make you, genuine love can make you bear a burden for your spouse, be a burden for your husband, be a burden for your wife, be a burden for your spouse. That is what genuine love can help you do. You see, that love does not rejoice in iniquity, does not bears all things, believe all things, hope all things. Have you seen? You believe all things. Love makes you hope all things. Love makes you endure all things. And verse 8 says, love never fails. This is amazing. That love never fails. As long as love is involved, it will never fail. It will never fail. He said, but whether there are prophecies, they will all fail. Whether there are tongues, they will all cease. But that love will not fail. So this is very, very profound. Have you seen it? Love suffers long. Love is patient. If it is that kind of love, that is the kind of love that can sustain relationship. As we go into Valentine tomorrow, don't be carried away. Even why you need to celebrate, you need to put on red, you need to go to different places, don't be carried away. When they bring condom to you, tell them, no, this is not the kind of love I'm talking about. We're talking about love. St. Valentine. St. Valentine, we're talking about people that know the story of St. Valentine. But there are, based on history, there are different stories to it. But I think one of the profound stories about Valentine was how they had to jail him for love, that they had to marry the jailer daughter. He was jailed. Yeah, he was jailed because of love. He was busy talking to people about God and all of those. So that is the genuine love. You understand? He had to go to jail. He had to suffer because of love. That's what we're talking about. The sacrificial kind of love, not the love that want to go to people's skirts or that want to go to people's boxers. If they bring those things to you, tell them that no, the love we're talking about is the genuine kind of love. And as you do that, you build you now see how God can help you and begin to build your life, build a relationship, and at the end of the whole thing, you have every cause to glorify God. So thank you very, very much, and God bless you, and thank you for listening. I'm so grateful. I believe I'll be able to do justice to it. So now it's time for question. If there are any questions you have, please, you can unmute yourself to ask those questions. So this is question time. So sub trick, maybe you can moderate this for us now, if you can, both on the WhatsApp and on this Zoom platform. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Fred. What a wonderful lecture there. I've had the opportunity to listen to you before, and it is a pleasure to listen to you again. Thank you very much for impacting into us. We are really, really grateful. So please, Any of us that want to ask a question, you can unmute yourself and just ask the question. Make it so brief so that others can also ask. While I go to the WhatsApp group now and let them know that it is question time, and then they can drop their questions on WhatsApp. Thank you.
Okay, can I go ahead to ask?
Okay, one moment, let me just get my pen. 1 minute, please.
All right, good evening, everyone. Good evening, Dr. Fred, and thank you so very much for the wonderful lecture. It's actually of listening to you, and I must confess that I've been enriched. My question is, somehow I will resist the temptation of actually asking based on biblical injunctions on love. Firstly, my question goes those, from your teaching, does love invalidate understanding in a relationship? Because for me, yes, all things and the rest, just like the Bible have said. But for me, I believe that understanding stands at the number one in the chart of relationship, or what makes relationship to work. So does love invalidate relationship in that order? And secondly, my question is, when it has to do with love, at what point do you really know that someone you're in a relationship loves you? At what point do you know that love exists in that particular relationship? I will end now while I give others opportunity to ask yours. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much for your question. Okay. So the first question, if I get you, does love invalidate understanding the relationship?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Let me take it one by one, then I'll go to the second one. So that's why I had to start by explaining what love is. First of all, understanding, the way I define understanding, I think I explained that one of the books also is, understanding is under, then standing. Under, two word, understanding. For me to understand you, first of all, I need to come under you, and then before I can stand with you. If I don't love you, I can't do that. If I don't love you, I can't come under you to begin to reason with you so I can stand with you. So love powers even understanding. Love enhances understanding. If I don't love you, I wouldn't even give you that. I wouldn't even have my time to even stand with you, to listen to you. So love does not invalidate, rather love enhances. Love powers. Love creates room for understanding. Yeah. So when you love people, you want to seek to understand them. You want to seek to be in the same, to see things from the same perspective. Because understanding means I can see from your perspective. Understanding means for a tortoise to be able to climb a ladder, to be in the same, so that to be able to see what the giraffe is saying. Yeah. So if I don't love you, I can't take that risk as a tortoise to climb a ladder so I can see from where you are seen as a giraffe. So that is why. So love doesn't invalidate it. Love enhances it. Love helps it. So that's one. So second question you were asking, at what point would you know that love really exists in a relationship? At what level would you know? Love, for you to understand love, you need time. Yes, you can see somebody at first sight, you have this what I call in this teaching here, on this lecture here, I call maybe scatter love or whatever, or what makes your head go gaga at one point in time. But you need time to validate that this thing I'm seeing is not just a fluke. It's not just fluke. It's really love. You need time to prove it. because oftentimes people who have come to, people can disguise themselves, people can do all kind of things. In fact, let me tell you what happened. When we traveled to South Africa, we went to the zoo. That experience opened my eye to something. When we went to the zoo, we saw leopards, we saw tiger, we saw a lion, cub, the small cub. That was the first time I'm seeing a tiger. I see that the small tiger looked more like a cat. I saw that a small tiger looked more like a cat, like a normal cat. Yeah, because they're all cat family. Imagine I went to that place, I go and buy a tiger, a small tiger cub, thinking that it's a cat. If I go and buy that, only time will only let me know that what I bought was not a cat, was a tiger. A tiger that's going to eat me up if with time. So that's how it is. So you might see a tiger like love small, thinking that it's love. But when you keep that tiger with you, that love with you, over time, you see that thing you think was love you are seeing is no longer love. It's a tiger you bought for yourself. It's a beast that will swallow you up. That's where you need time, because it will take you time for that cat. That thing you thought is a cat, that is love, will grow into a tiger. So that is where you need time. So that's one. So, but it depends on individual. You understand? So you need time. Time is one of the things you need. Second thing you need, very importantly, is God, because we are human. I told you that human is helpless, unassisted man. Because as a human that you are, a lot of people can come deceiving you, laughing with you, but they are the one hurting you. But if you are in line with God, you walk so much with God, you are attuned with God. God can reveal, God can easily let you know, even from your intuition, your spirit man, from your dream, from your flesh, you say that person you think that is a friend is not a friend. That thing, so that can go a long way to also help you to know that this is true love. And finally, for me, the way to know when you add time, you add God leading you. The third one is by their action. By their fruit, you will know them. If it's love, you will see it from the fruits. The way they treat you, the way they treat you over time. If they are consistent, the way they treat you, they can show you love, they buy you gifts. I mentioned those 5 love language by Gary Chapman. You see all of those things consistently over time. Then by these 3 things, God being involved, time being involved, and the fruit they display to you, with this, you will get to it becomes evident in your spirit that this is indeed love, not just aberration or fluke. I hope I'm able to attempt those questions. Thank you.
Okay, sorry, I don't know, but I'll possibly listen to your second explanation for the second question, because at a point I was booted out by network. But from my understanding from the first one, understanding is more like a subset of love. But that is well taken. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much.
Next person for
so just also help. I think I'm recording this thing in the cloud. When I'm done, I'm going to put a link on the platform for people who want to still go through it over it again. Thank you.
Any other person for question, please unmute your mic and then go ahead. Okay.
Good evening.
If there are no other, okay.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. Yeah, I want to find out what happens when you're in a relationship and you are doing your best to, show love, but the other person, the partner, is not really reciprocating that love. What can one do in that kind of relationship? Is it to walk away, or to what is your take on that? What is your advice on that, please? Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much okay, you are in a relationship, trying to show love, you're doing all your best. For this person, there's no mutual, you don't have the same kind of response back. You do all kind of things. I think the number one, you have to be very, very careful. Yeah. So I'll answer this question in two ways. But I'll start with that first one, being careful. There are people who force themselves into people, force themselves, try to persuade, force themselves, do all kind of things. But the person you are trying to show this love with is not mutual. There is danger in that situation. You must be very, very careful in such situation, because if it is real love, it has to be mutual. But if you are trying to force yourself, do all kind of things, and yet the person is not reciprocating it, there is no sign, and you are still doing it, it might lead to regret. So in that kind of case, you have to be very, very careful, because by the grace of God, as a marriage counselor, we've handled a lot of cases like this of people who, in fact, let me just tell you one. There was this lady that was in relationship with this guy. The guy was doing all kind of thing, as in she was doing all kind of things to make sure that she satisfied the guy, doing all kind of things. The guy was not really was not really interested. In fact, the next thing, she even took him, and they finally got married. I can tell you, it's been hell till today. It's been hell. I can tell several times the guy they've serious fight with machetes in the house, husband and wife. The children will be crying. In fact, she called me, was it early this year or last year, she called me, telling me that fact, that she can't continue again. You understand? So it's advisable, if you are trying to make things work up from all indication, and you don't have a leading, you just force yourself, please, it's advisable you just part way. That's one. That is the second way to answer the question is, perhaps you've finally married this very person, or maybe you've finally married a person, and you are doing all kind of things, and the person is not forthcoming. You do all kind of things that you are doing, it's not forthcoming. Sometimes I've seen marriages too, relationship whereby over time, whereby the maybe God begin to even touch the other partner, that this my wife, or this my husband, that have been so hard on, that over time God touches the heart of the partner, and the partner starts reciprocating. So sometimes it might be that you need some patience, you need some to put in more effort. You understand? So sometimes it might be that, but oftentimes, after you've done all kind of things for a long time, and you see that this thing is not leading to, you're not seeing any headway there, and you have that clear leading that this is not of God, then I would advise you have to find a way to call it quit. If not, you just waste your life and waste your time and your life for no reason. So that's what I would say. Thank you very much.
Sorry, can I contribute to that question?
Yes, please.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, as a person, I believe that love should be symbiotic and not parasitic. What that implies is that it should come from both ends, just like Doctor have explained. If you actually find yourself in such a relationship where you're always the donor or the person contributing to make it work, believe you me, it's not going to work out. At the end of the day, you'll be taken for granted, especially for the female folks. The mindset will be that you forced yourself on me, and you'll be the one suffering in that particular relationship or marriage. So if for everything, every relationship, it should be intentional. In as much as you're making effort to make it work, be smart about it. And what that implies is have a time frame that if I do this to this point and there is no reciprocation, I'm going to walk away. That should be the mindset. Don't keep pushing and pushing and pushing to make it work. No, at the end of the day, you suffer for it. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much for that contribution. Thank you very much. Okay, so Soptrick, I believe we're okay, right?
No,
I think let's give more room for questions. Let's see if some persons still have questions. Then maybe the summation we can now end the question section.
I actually have a question or questions. But I already put it down in writing, and hope that is okay.
Yeah, you can go ahead. Okay, you put it in writing here, right? Or in
On WhatsApp.
on WhatsApp. Okay, okay. Maybe you can ask the question. I will respond to it. Then I'll on the WhatsApp so that I can also. Okay, let me see. Let me see.
Three questions.
Okay, okay. Okay, maybe ask the question while I look at the WhatsApp, please.
Okay. So, the number one question is: you spoke about the various types of love according to the Greeks, the epitomia, the eros, philia, agape. I don't know if I'm missing anyone, anyways. Do you think that a person, maybe one person in the relationship, can possess all these characteristics of all these types of love? Or is it supposed to be a shared something? Maybe this one has eros, this one has epitomia, this one has, the other person has philia, or both of them have agape. They just share the types of love. Do you think it will work out that way, or everybody has to have all these types of love? Then number two, a lot of the things you said today have obviously scattered tomorrow's plans. Yes, because yes, because and we agree and believe in what you said, because ethics and moral and conscience already tells you that yes, that is the right thing to do. So what other ways are there to prove that things of the world or the various plans of tomorrow that are not supposed to be are not the only way or the ideal ways to build a relationship? Then number three, personally, I don't think marriages of recent would work out because of the high rise of separation and divorce, thanks to social media, probably poor parenting, bad advices, the Gen Z initiatives, and etc. So people like me now, I know I love and I want to get married and retain and for my marriage to last. But how am I sure that in the future divorce won't come? Because as of the moment, how am I sure to trust that the person I'm probably going to marry or whoever I'm going to be in a relationship with would be able to hold on to the vows of marriage and be in marriage with me? Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. I think you've okay. Maybe let me on to answer this question. Okay, thank you very much. I think you've asked very profound questions. Very profound question. Thank you so much. I think the first question: can one possess all this kind of love? Talking about the epitomia, which is love how to do with fulfillment from sex, the eros being romantic, the storge, which is love you have for security, the kind of other kind of love, the agape love and everything. Can one person possess all kind of love? Like I had to say that I mentioned about human, that human is, I said is helpless, unassisted man. So, and that's why we are like complements. I am McLean, you are the toothbrush. When the McLean and the paste and the toothbrush come together, we complement each other. So I may not, it's not possible that if one person will possess everything. Maybe this person can be very romantic in the relationship, is the one that buys the whole flower, you understand? This other person is the one that does all the service. This other person, that's what we have. I talk about the 5 love language, because different people have different way to express love and what they like, what they can do. So it's not possible that one person can have the whole thing. That's a possibility. It's also possible, like I talked about, God helping you. It's also possible that when you the way you allow God inside you, it can help you to do a lot. It can help you to begin to do the things that ordinarily as a human, as a physical person, you will not do. That's when why they call it grace. They say grace means God in your race, G race, God in your race. So when God comes inside your race, the things you can't do ordinarily, you see yourself start doing it. You that don't love people ordinarily, naturally, you start loving naturally. That's where God can help you. So, but naturally, one person may not be able to possess all of these things. You have some part that you have, the other person have some part that they have. When you bring all together, you can complement and make a very good union. So that is one. Then the second question you asked about, based on this teaching tonight, that the plans for tomorrow maybe has been scattered. Maybe people who have plans to maybe go several rounds and everything, but because of the teaching tonight. So what other way can you show love? I will use myself as an example. Like I said, my wife is an NFCSR. We were in courtship for 4 years. We did not have sex for 1 day. By the grace of God, we were in courtship for 4 years. In fact, we were going different way in terms of you can go to, there are places you can go to. We're doing that, my wife. We can go those days before we got married. We can go to romantic places. In fact, sometimes we go to even those days, go to romantic places. We go to like spa. You can go and have dinner together. You can have dinner together. Like I told you, you start from spirit, soul, and then body. We're praying together those days as my wife. We buy books together. We're talking to each other, helping ourselves to grow. And finally, when we now got married, we now come to body. But when you start with body, oftentimes that's why people say love is blind. By then, your body has made you don't even have to even develop your mind, which is your soul. And then even your spirit self is already driven that away. So, but when you begin to build a relationship in the sense that you can, there are a lot of other things you can build on. You can go out together, talk about a lot of things, things about life, about your purpose, about your career, how you can build yourself. But when you bring in sex too soon, you destroy other parts. And that's the reason why oftentimes those people, such marriages don't last, because it was built on the wrong footing, on the wrong foundation. Real love was not the bedrock. So such marriage will not last. So there are a lot of other ways you can build bond together as intending couples, for instance, and you, in fact, you even have God help you. So for us to stay for that 4 years, in myself and my spouse, before we got married, and helping to keep ourselves as NFCSRs, it was not easy, though I can tell you, it was not easy. I told you, even friends were telling me, how can you be keeping such a lady? And then you say you not even test her, you Julia and everything. But I can tell you, that means a lot for us in the marriage. But today, I work in a different country, my wife stays in a different country. That alone is even building a lot of trust, that if this person can even do this while we're not married now. So it's even building, when people come to tell her husband is doing this, husband is doing that, she doesn't believe them. In fact, so you understand. So those are some of the things that can help you even when you get married. But when you are doing all kind of things before you get married, it can really affect a lot of things. So that's what I'm going to say. There are thousands of ways you can go to places to build yourself, you mentally, spiritually, even before you finally get married. Then finally, you talk about looking at the marriage in recent time, coupled with the fact of the social media influence, the Gen Z and all kind of things. So can marriage really last? Can marriage really work? Can marriage really last? Looking at all of these things that the society and every time you begin to how am I sure that this lady I'm marrying, this person I want to marry, how am I sure that we're going to be together, will not end up like two-faced after several years, things like that? That's why I had to take time to explain to you about the different kind of love. If you build marriage based on eros only, I told you something when I came for that program, where I told you something about John chapter 2, the wedding in Cana. I told you something about when the wine got finished, that when they came to Virgin Mary now told them that whatever he tells you should do. They had to fill the 6-jar pot of water that was outside. And when they filled the water, they brought it to the master of the feast. And the master of the feast, after drinking it, he said something. Why did you keep this good wine till now? Why do you keep this good wine till now? He now says something, a very profound statement. He said, men usually bring out the good wine first. When people are drunk, they bring the bad wine. Why did you keep this good wine till now? So men are used to that. Men always bring in the good wine first. They want to bring in, take you out, give you shawarma, give you all kind of things, take you up and down, give you flirt with you. When you are drunk, they bring in their color. They are bringing the bad wine. That is what men will do. You understand? That is why you can't build marriage based on, marriage is beyond men. If you build marriage based on men's philosophy, I've seen people who read marriage conflict. They are fighting with their wife and husband every day, but they read marriage conflict. Because marriage is, the Bible says, and God said, God said, it's not good for man to be alone. From the inception, the idea of marriage didn't come from man. It came from God. If that was why, when God was making a wife for Adam, he had to put the man asleep because his contribution was not really needed. Because when it comes to marriage, is beyond man. That is where you need to involve God in your choice of a wife. You need to involve God. In fact, I have a series where I mentioned about 6 things you need for marriage. I've not shared that series online yet. I'll be sharing that. But one of the things I mentioned, one of the 6 things you need for you to marry. One of these, I'll mention like 2 here or 3 here. I mentioned there very importantly, the leading of God. That's one of the things you need. The leading of God. That's one of the 6 things I mentioned. The second thing I mentioned is about 4 stages in marriage. You don't marry a stranger. That's the first stage. A stranger is somebody you do not know. After stranger, you talk about acquaintance. Acquaintance with the people you watch the same club people. You don't marry an acquaintance. After acquaintance, you have casual friend. You don't marry a casual friend. A casual friend is somebody you just, maybe you are casual about things. You do things together, you're a colleague. You don't marry a casual friend. You don't marry a close friend. I mentioned many things now. I say stranger, acquaintance, casual, and now close friend. You don't marry a close friend. You can be very close. You're very, very close. You marry a close friend, you have issues. Then the 5th one, intimate. You need to, intimate means intimacy. Intimacy. You can see into me. People you marry are people who are that, who you can enter into them to see. Intimate people. You understand? So these are I talk about 6 of them. Just mentioned these are two of the factors. And with the help of God helping you, God leading you, you won't have problem in your marriage. But if you enter marriage based on what you can see somebody, you can see people, somebody who is very beautiful today, looking so nice. Maybe tomorrow he'll become like Zeke Salon. Is it not Zeke? Is it Alon? The one that went down and changed his nose and changes his doing facelift and things like that. You understand? So if you build marriage based on those physical things, you're going to have problem because you don't see tomorrow. That's where marriage you need to involve God a lot in marriage. You see, that's why you see me talking about marriage. I'm talking about God because for me I'm going to be 14 years in marriage today. This year we're going to be 14 years or 15 years in marriage. 14 years, yes. This year by the grace of God, God has really helped us, myself and my wife, by the grace of God, because God's the foundation. And when I talk about love, why love is the foundation, I'm talking about God, because God, the Bible says God is love. When you talk about love, you're talking about God. If I say I love you, that means I God you. That's what it means. So real love, when you talk about real love, you're talking about God. So when you build your marriage based, when God is the bedrock, when God is the foundation of that marriage, it will be very, very hard. You're going to face turbulence. You're going to face challenges. You're going to face all kind of things. But when God When God is the bedrock, I tell you, you can surmount any challenge, and you're going to stand tall. So you don't need to have that fear. But I know as a human being, those things will come. But if God is there behind you, and you are sure that both of you are marrying a bomb. Sorry. If you want to marry again, another thing I talk about again, the third thing is you need to marry a bomb. What do I mean by a bomb? Bomb means bone of my bone. That's a bomb. Bone of my bone is a bomb. When you marry a bomb, the bone of your bone, two of you can speak the same language. And when I say bone of my bone, what do I mean? The B there means belief system. Both of you have similar belief system. This person, you understand yourself. You understand yourself. That is the belief. That is the bone. The bomb. The bone. The bone there means belief system. The O there means orientation. You have similar orientation. You understand yourself. You have that orientation among yourself. You understand. The N, when I talk about bone, the N there means nurturing. You have similar sort of nurturing, and the E there means exposure. So when you have all of these factors come into play, is very, very difficult, and God is there with you for you to fail. I tell you, even if when things go awry, God can also help you to bounce things back. So that's what I want to tell you. But in everything, you put in the hand of God because it's beyond you as a human. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Who's that?
Bennett. I wanted you to
just
answer this question someone posted here, so that we can now attend to those on the WhatsApp group.
Okay, so where was it? Maybe help me moderate it. Let me read it out, please. Maybe
the person says one can marry for money, then learn to love.
Okay, you said what? One can marry for money, right?
The person wrote one can marry for money, then learn to love the person. What's your say on this?
Okay, my take is this. In fact, before I think was it here? Was it on the NFCS platform or so? I saw a lady that went out either for Valentine or something or so, and they used her they used her. She was going for money, and they turned her to money. You understand? She was going maybe to get money from a Yahoo boy. The Yahoo boy finally turned her to money. I mentioned here, I told you that you need money to sustain marriage, but that money alone cannot keep marriage. And that's why a lot of people are in very big mess today. A very, very big mess. If you make the mistake, look at my wife is in this call as we speak. So now, when my wife we were getting married, honey, permit me, sorry, we're getting married, people who were well-to-do, people who were from Shell, people who were wanted to take her travel abroad, people who were all kind of things were coming around her. But she was not moved with them. Do you know what she was doing? Each time those people come to her, she will come back to me and say, honey, this one has come for me for us to marry, for them to take her abroad or something. She will ask me, what do I think? I said, I don't have anything to say. The whole thing depends on you. If you feel that you want to go with, you cannot wait, you want to go with them, I don't have a problem. I'm going to pray for you. Believe me, I'm going to pray for you. I'm going to wish you well. But what I'm going to tell you is this. If you can wait for me, because of the kind of conviction that I have, and you too have, I bet you will not regret it. I bet you in this life you won't regret it. And that's what has happened. As we speak by the message of God, she doesn't live in this country. You understand? So all of those things that those people that came with money, all kind of things come by the message of God, she has most of those things even more by God's grace. So that's the reason why if you make the mistake and say, let me marry for money and learn to love, you might be lucky that you marry and begin to try to build love, but oftentimes you may not, if you're unfortunate, you might take your life even before you start that learning lecture. You've lost your life. So I would tell you, when it comes to do with marriage, you don't play with life. You don't play with this. This is things that have to do with your life and death. I told you what happened. A version of somebody sent me which day. A lady opened as naked herself. naked herself in the night, was causing somebody who have slept with her, used her, and is accusing her of all kind of things, was causing her. I was saying, how would this man come out of this kind of cause? Now, I have to start praying for the wife, that the wife will not be victim of such thing. I have to start praying for the wife there, that she will not be victim of such cause, because it's only God that will help that kind of cause not to affect that man. So I want to advise you why it's good to have money. Let money not be your focus. Let your key focus be being led by God. Let God lead you. God can lead you in your dream. God can lead you in different things. God can lead you through different signs. Time will not permit me to begin to give you the kind of signs God gave me and my wife to convince us that this is God. Because if you allow money to lead you, my hit roll, because why is it that all of these rich people, look at Elon Musk. Elon Musk, the son had to change a girl. Look at Bill Gates. Look at those people that have all kind of money. Their marriage is crashing. Why? Look at, was it Moriho also? I was hearing that one of the coaches, either Moriho also or Guardiola, one of them, that the marriage crash. Imagine the kind of money they are making in this football. Yet, I tell you that you can't sustain marriage based on money, but you need money for marriage, but you can't sustain it based on that. There are a lot of other bedrock you need to sustain marriage. So that just some word of caution from you. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you very much, sir. Really appreciate the messages. I'm sure everybody here, both on the group, are blessed to be part of this conversation today. I really appreciate you. A lot of us are already calling for that is late and all that, but then we have been able to grab not just one, not two, but a lot of things, I'm sure. I personally have been able to grab a lot of things. Like I said before, I was opportune to be at the reunion where you spoke and gave wonderful teaching on relationship. And I'm also blessed again to be on this teaching where you're talking about love as a bedrock for building a better relationship and marriages. Thank you very much on behalf of the NFCS alumni body, the welfare committee. We say thank you, and may God continue to bless you in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Amen. If we were in a hall or something, I would have said, let us give a round of applause for this wonderful teachings. But then God knows that we are happy, and we thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir.
So,
thank you very much, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
With your permission, maybe Ernest will say closing prayer to close us on the Zoom. Abby, and then we'll.
Thank you for an amazing section.
There's still some messages on the chat too.
Okay.
There's still some questions there.
Okay.
Yes,
I'll take that.
For the questions, Ma'am, I don't know if you're in the Tongue of Fire alumni group. Mommy
Yes,
Christy.
I think I'm not the one that asked the question. I think some persons asked question in the chat.
Okay. I think let's take it down to the WhatsApp group. So that we can
What I'm asking, she says she's not on the alumni WhatsApp platform. So I've directed her question to the WhatsApp platform. I don't know, maybe after the answers has been given, I will not send it to her. Maybe in the Tongue of Fire alumni platform if she's there. Because she's saying that she's not on the NFCS platform, but I've directed her questions down to the WhatsApp platform because some persons are there waiting for their questions to be answered.
Okay, thanks. So I'll take time, maybe respond to them, maybe after this session now, try to respond to the WhatsApp. I'll try to respond to those questions on WhatsApp. And then, So thank you very, very much, so much. I really appreciate it. I'll respond to the questions on WhatsApp, through voice notes.
Thank you. Good
Okay,
night.
so when we are done on the WhatsApp, we can now do the final closing prayer there.
Yes, precisely.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, everybody that have come
much.
here. NFCS, living the faith.
Living the faith.
In this place, WhatsApp. Good night.
Okay, thank you so much, and good night, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Bye.
I had a great time. Wow,
Okay,
God,
okay, you guys, bye. Thank you.
Oh.